Hi, Taurus. This reading is for you. It's for the Taurus Divine Feminine. I am having my Venus return. Venus is in Capricorn now. That's where my Venus is natally. So we're exploring Venusian themes concerning our Divine Masculine. Things like, how does he court you? How does he show that he adores you? Gifts that he may want to give you, things he may want to do for you. In what ways the masculine shows what you mean to him or how much you are worth to him. Not to put, a monetary value on ourselves, of course, but you know how they sometimes, like to give gifts or like to do things just to show you your worth. So that's what we're exploring here in this reading. So for the Taurus Divine Feminine, let's get into it. Taurus Divine Feminine, how does your masculine show you how much you mean to him? Okay, we have Temperance. Whatever he does, he's taking his time with it. mm, Very resourceful. So I feel there's an element of creativity here too. So this is something that would take time because he's definitely tapping all resources. Oh, okay. So first off, there's major arcana, three major arcana so far. Temperance, the Magician, and then the Tower. So he wants it to be big. He likes to do it big for you. Your Divine Masculine wants you to know without a shadow of a doubt in your mind that he is out here working for you, making it happen for you, doing things for you, just putting his utmost in. Another arcana, lover, is just putting his all into what it is that he does for you. He doesn't want there to be any mistakes made about what he's doing and involving what he's doing. I feel a perfectionist type of energy here. It's like he knows exactly what he wants and he will wait to get it to be perfect. He knows what conditions he wants. And if he puts something together that is not what he wants, he'll tear it all down and start over again just to have the perfection that he feels you are worthy of. I'm loving it so far. Was that one that flipped over? Yeah. Oh my God. All these, it's major. It's major. It's a strength. Listen, there has not been a Temperance, Magician, Tower, Lovers, Strength. And y'all see me shuffle. You see me doing all this with those cards. There has not been anything small to come out yet. There's nothing small about this. When he goes in, he goes in. When he does what he does, he does what he do. And he's doing it for you, Divine Feminine. Oh, very spiritual. There's a very spiritual connection here. This is more than just, I lust for you. This is more than just, oh, you make me feel good. This is something that's deep. It spans lifetimes. Like you all knew each other before you were born. Mm. You know each other before you were born. I do feel the energy. Some of you are older, but that ain't really saying nothing because if you're not older, then he's older. So it's a 50-50 chance that you're going to be older than him or he's older than you. So that ain't saying nothing. But I just do feel that energy of an older feminine. If you're not the older one, you are the one who is more mature. You're the one who kind of leads him and kind of pulls him out of his ways sometimes. Or you're more experienced than he is. That could be sexually. You could have had literally more sexual partners than he has, but he don't hold it against you. Or if you don't have more sexual partners than he has, you just kind of are a more, look at me touching on myself. You are a more sexual person than him. And being a Taurus divine feminine, I have some. Taurus girlfriends have told me how y'all get down. So let's see what else is going on here. it's just a big thing. Okay. So the only small thing that has come here is kind of like this spying aspect. I didn't say the page of swords, I said the spying aspect. So I guess naturally, naturally, if he's doing all of this for you, it's because there's an element of like, that's mine. Like, she's mine. Look what's at the bottom. Page of swords here. Girl, he's spying. Girl, he got that eye on you. It's like he may be doing everything that he's doing over here to himself, you know what I'm saying, trying to get things prepared for you, but he got an eye on you. Like out of his peripheral, he's watching you. There's never anything that you do that he is not watching. So please know that. Even if sometimes it seems like he's not paying attention to you, it may seem like he does not care, honey girlfriend, there's nothing that you do that he does not catch. There's nothing you do that he does not notice. So I would advise you to not be deceptive. To if you don't want to hurt the connection, but I don't feel like I really have too much worry about that with the divine feminine. But I'm just gonna say that he be looking, he be checking the scene, he be watching for you, he's trying to look and see everything that you may need, everything that may make you uncomfortable, everything that goes down around you, around your life. He's watching. I also want to say that because that magician card is here, he is he's a smart little booger. Very smart little booger. And I'm gonna say he's a smart little booger. I say it like that because whenever he does not want you to catch on to how tuned into you he is, because he probably doesn't want to seem like a simp or whatever. You don't want to seem too sprung. You know how guys are sometimes. Whenever he does not want to kind of let off how much into you he is, for whatever reason, maybe he feels like you're holding back, or maybe you guys are not in a good place sometimes, or maybe if you're not in communication sometimes, or whatever the case may be, you may just be feuding, whatever it is. Whenever he does not want to let on how much he's into you, he will play the exact opposite. So if, just for an example, y'all just had a little spat in the morning, but then you are getting ready to go somewhere later that night and you put on this nice outfit and your hair looks amazing, your makeup is flawless, you smell good, you look good, you look like you taste good, and all of that. He will go out of his way in the other direction to make it seem like, oh yeah, I didn't even notice. When the whole time he was, before you even came out the bathroom looking like you looking, he already knew you was gonna be fine. Like he could just feel baby gonna look good tonight. She gonna look real good tonight. Like I'm gonna regret that we had a fight this morning. But he's still gonna go out of the way to make it look like, oh, I ain't really pressed. You look all right. Yeah, you look good. Girl. But you better know he realized he smelt before the perfume even got on your wrist good, before you could even hit the back of your ear, he was already smelling you. Before you could put the extra wingtip on your eye or get that lash to fit just right, he was already looking down. Before you even put the baby hairs in, he was like, oh, she look good. Before you even stepped, before you put the heels on, he already knew you was gonna be killing them. But he'll be like, yeah, you look all right. Stupid. Stupid. But that's what it is sometimes. But that was just a little side note off of the energy that I was getting here. Really, the big energy that I'm getting is just that you are something, you're something profound to him. So he feels like he has to match that in every single way. And he's always watching you. He's always watching you. I feel like you were the end of a very painful chapter in his life. I feel like that's why he feels like he has to go so hard for you. And even though there are still those little remnants of the bull crap that he may be used to, be in, as far as the acting like he don't see how beautiful you are, or acting like he didn't notice how sexy you are. Sometimes just being the complete opposite of what he wants to be, even though there's still that energy there, it lingers. It's not a big deal here. It's definitely not as big as all these other things. Just know that he's always watching you. But he has these big official feelings for you, Taurus, because I feel like you just really helped him come out of, oh, you hear my voice breaking a little bit. Like, it's real deep. You helped him come out of a very hurtful and painful chapter of his life. Or if everything before you stepped into his life was painful, you helped him out of that. You are the fresh flowers, you know what I'm saying, on a beautiful sunny day. And you are the bird's song. And you are, the bees pollinating those flowers. You are what makes everything in his life grow. You are what turns his black and white into 4K HD color. You get what I'm saying? It's that type of energy. And it's so big and it's so deep and it's so profound that a lot of times he will try to hide it because he just doesn't want to come off as just like this completely love stricken sap. But that's exactly what he is underneath it all, a love stricken sap, hopeless, romantic. You are the apple of his eye. Everything he does is for you, and he wants it to be done right. He wants it to be perfect. He wants it to be perfection because you are perfection. And because you are perfection, he is afraid if he ever loses you, he doesn't know what he would do. So sometimes he tries to reel himself in because he feels like he'll get lost in you, but it's just getting harder and harder for him to stop. It's getting harder and harder for him to control himself. The strength card is more like you now have a control over him, and he doesn't want you to have control over him because he's a magician, and the magician is a control freak himself. And he doesn't want you to have control over him. But as the journey, as the love continues, as you go deeper down this journey, he just loves you more and more, and he's always going to be spying on you. He gonna give you your space because, like I said, a lot of times he'll know how to just pull himself back. As much as he tries to fight it, he will pull himself back. As much as his heart fights it, he'll pull himself back. But he's watching you. His eyes are always on you. So watch your step. It's not a threatening, it's not a crazy type of thing. No, he's just stricken with you. You are just everything to him, and he wants everything to be perfect for you. He wants to be perfect for you. Yeah, it's he's watching your ass, okay? He's watching you. He be fronting sometimes, but he loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you. You are like the biggest thing in his life. And that's saying something. Maybe he didn't come from the best life, but you are the biggest thing in his life now. So if this resonates, like, comment, let me know if you be seeing those little cues whenever he be trying to trip, like he don't know what's up, but you know what's up. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.